Right, so it's Chris Sprawling and I'm KBE Kitchens. I was a heavy goods mechanic. That's what I trained as. And I'd done that for 5 years and I absolutely hated getting dirty. But going out a weekend when you're a young lad, sort of going out a weekend, you got black hands and nails and yeah, it weren't great. Didn't like that. My dad was a plumber and worked for British Gas. So he left British Gas and went on his own. So I started doing a little bit with him, learned a bit of plumbing, and then just really sort of progressed through that. Really, sort of doing a bit of plumbing with him. Then we'd do a few bathrooms, but we couldn't get a tiler, so it was like, well, I'll start doing the tiling. Start doing that, and then it just progressed really into building work. So I do quite a lot of building work with it as well, which is what I'm trying to transition out of into just focusing on mainly on the kitchens and the bathrooms. But yeah, so that's where it took us really. But ended up couple of 3 years, well, probably no more than that, 5 years ago, pairing up with a guy, and we used to sort of like share our work between us, but it was pulling in different directions really. I've always known I'm getting older, I want a tangible business, and working on your own, it's just not tangible. Like I've got nothing to upsell when I can't work anymore with age. There's nothing there. So I always knew I needed to start a proper business, but I think that's a stumbling point because you kind of like, how do I expand? How do I get more people on board? And it's all of that really. It's the fear of the unknown, really.
Yeah, so what were your frustrations before joining? Like, what would you say on those points? Like, what were those frustrations like?
I think it's coming across as a proper business because by the time if you're just selling from the sheds, if you're just selling from Howdens or Benchmark or wherever you're getting your kitchens from, you haven't got a website with your own range on. You've got nowhere to bring a customer apart from a Howden's catalogue or anything like that. And it's just not, doesn't scream professionalism. It doesn't scream a business. It just literally screams a one-man band who's selling you a kitchen from somebody else. And it's just not going to build you any sort of success. I've made a living out of it. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? No, we've quite lucky. We've got a nice house. We've done well enough, but it's not anything that you can sort of snowball on and end up getting people on board with. There's just not the business model there.
It is a hamster wheel, isn't it, that world?
Yeah, yeah. Because like that's what got me. I remember seeing one of your Facebook posts, and it was like, "Stop taking your customers to the trade counter." And I've always thought about this. I've always thought about, well, I take them then. It's like, how can I? Because no matter what you do, if you haven't got your own individual brand, you can't generate a website. You can't take your customers away from Howlands or Benchmark. So it's always, you're literally, oh, you just stick £500 across the kitchen and like, I'll just make a little bit on the fitting. But then you're competing against two or three people, all priced at the same kitchen from the same supplier. So it is literally a race to the bottom. Everything you said in that one video I see on Facebook, it was like, that is just the problem with the trade in general. And it's finding a way that you can get away from that. And with the academy and the website and the brochures and everything else, it just gives you that ability to get away from the race to the bottom.
So
And
what were
that's
your
just,
first thoughts when you seen the academy for the first time then? So you're in that world, do you see the ad? And then
yeah,
what happens after that?
I'll be honest, you think, it's a silver bullet. You do genuinely, you think, I'm going to be a success overnight with this. Do you know what I mean? And you soon realise that it's not. Do you know what? I like puzzles. I like solving things. I've always liked solving things in life. And I can only describe the academy. Now I've been in it, because I'll be honest, the first few months I was in it, I haven't really done nothing with it. Didn't really do any of the 12 steps, just got enough to get my website started and given to me. And then I'm like, not doing anything. And it's like, how am I going to generate leads? What am I going to do with this? So you've got to work on it. But like, there's no excuses not to follow it, not to do your 12 steps. And I think it's a bit like, I've learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube, right? And I didn't know how to do it. So I've had to go online and find out that there's a rhythm, there's a method of doing it. And it's just like the academy. At first, you twist a few bits, and it's like a bit works. You solve a little bit of it, but not all of it. And then
Yeah,
the more you do it, you find out I can solve the Rubik's cube now. The more often you do it, the easier it is to solve. So it's like doing your 12 steps. The more you get into it, the more little bits you chip off, and the more bits of the puzzle you solve, the easier it gets. The more
yeah,
successful you get with it, without doubt.
yeah. Would you say at the very beginning that you were skeptical at first?
Definitely. I was a little bit skeptical, but my missus, I've got to say, my missus kept going, "It's a scam. It's a scam. They're just going to take money off you. You're going to do nothing with it." And it's like, no, it'll work. And she was a little bit like, "Well, when's it going to work?" But without putting the effort into it, it's never going to work. You're just going to sit there with a website that you're doing nothing with, and all the tools there that you're not going to pick up and use. So yeah, I wasn't skeptical, but my missus was. She was like, "Definitely, it's a scam." But not now. You want to hear her? She's just like, "Oh, it really works. If you get into it, it's the
Simple
thing."
as that. Not much scrolling in.
Yeah, yeah. Now she sees like the business bank balance has got a healthy amount in it through taking deposits, and work's coming in a little bit. Yeah, she's like, "Oh yeah, maybe it will work."
Yeah. So going back to like you were skeptical, but at some point you took the decision. Why did you take that decision to jump in?
Well, what you got to lose, really? And when you work out what you get, he's like, "Well, I'm not. What can I lose, really? It's not a lot of money. I know. Well, it's not a lot of money to lose. It's a day's work at the end of the day. Like if you're out and about and you're just earning a day rate, it's kind of roughly a day's money, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, if I can't invest a day's money to generate a better life for myself once a month, then it's if that can't work, then nothing can work, can it? Yeah. So you just have to take a little leap of faith, really.
Yeah, I'd say you're definitely spot on there. I've often said to people that there isn't going to be an easier or cheaper way to ever grow a business.
No, no, and then like with the Academy Plus, when you realise what you get with that as well, and the money, it's just for me, it's just a no-brainer. I can see now, like you kind of have to speculate to accumulate, so you got to spend a few quid, but in the grand scheme of things, you're just going to make it back so quickly. I think if you really push it and do your steps and get through it, like it will it will easily cover itself within a matter of months, really. If you really jump in.
Yeah, no. And what's life like in the academy now for you? And like, how's it different to going alone? Like, what's the difference between when you're on your own trying to do it to the academy world?
On your own, like it's everything. It's your quotes. It's your so the sales process. I really like that. The sales process just teaches you how to not let the customer lead you. It teaches you how to try not to miss bits. We all miss bits, don't we? But it prevents making mistakes. It just makes you look more professional. The websites it's just, I mean, it's great. You can revert your customers back to it. The CRM system is probably the best or one of the better things. Well, not all, it's all great, but like the CRM, if you use it properly and start putting your customers on there, it's doing the work in the background for you. It's following up your customers. It's messaging them. So there's so much. You're far more professional, and your quotes with the quote layout, the template on off the back of the website, doing your Loom video over the top of it, it just wins customers. It just works way better than. I mean, my old quotes used to be quite like detailed and everything, but like, I never used to do a Loom video over it. It never had 3D plans attached to it. It would have something I'd have sent them over at a separate points, and they got a little bit of information here and a quote here that it's not in one fixed quote. So they've got to revert, look at one email, open another one. It's just professional. It
So
just
do you find the tools in the academy, like the website, CRM, the proposal software, all that, like a game changer really for getting customers over the line?
if you're not doing it, you're missing out without a doubt. Like it is a game changer. This was one of the things that really convinced my other half that it was like just that one bit was worth it. The proposal software, how professional it looks and how it comes across. It just makes you feel being in the academy, it is giving you a bigger company because you got the designers, but you got the help as well. It's like if you get stuck with something, quick message into the WhatsApp group. What do you think to this? How do I go about that? The answers are in the academy. but sometimes you just need a little quick fix. Do you know what I mean? A quick answer that can really help you just move things along a little bit quicker. So the backup is, I've got to say, it's crazy. I had a bit of I lost some customers out of my pipeline on Sunday, I think it was. I just messaged the group and said, "Oh, Monday, can somebody have a quick look?" In half an hour, Sunday nights, I've been replied to and it's sorted. I mean, where can you get that? I didn't expect an answer on a Sunday, but where do you get that level of service for quite a minimal input, cost wise? Yeah, I think it's yeah. I think you're hard pressed to get the value for money is immense. To be fair,
On money, while we're on that subject, so how has it impacted income and obviously opportunities for yourself?
well, as you know, it was the live event in July that really sort of kick-started my process through. So since the live event in July, was it mid-July? I can't remember now.
It was mid-July, so just to tell that story a little minute for everyone else, you weren't going to come, were you?
No, I was in the middle of my second kitchen that I'd supplied from it. Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
yeah.
I've really got to plough on. I can't do it." And I was like, I can't. I've got a job on." And you're
And
like,
then
"Everybody's got a job on." Yeah, true. That's not really an excuse, is it? Yeah.
so
So
you
yeah,
turned up.
yeah. It turned up, and you sort of like sit there. You're a little bit sheepish because there's people there that have obviously. You're looking around the room. I think that's the other thing. You're looking around the room, and you're kind of thinking. I was thinking, how successful are these people? Do you know what I mean? They're all here. Do you know what I mean? Are they, whereabouts are they on the journey? And it's like you hear how people are doing, how people are like taking on people already after sort of 6, 9 months. The success stories. That was the live for me was the biggest action for me to actually start looking. And at that point, I was struggling to think, where am I getting leads from? Can't spend a load of money on paid ads and all that sort of stuff. And you said something, you were like, if I put a gun to your head and said you've got a month to get a lead, what are you going to do? And it was like, that really hit home. And it was like, right. And I made a list of stuff that I had to action straight away as soon as I got home. And that was like, get into the 12 steps, get my company clothing all done, get the van sign written, just the basics that I should have been doing months ago when I joined the academy. Do you know what I mean? It was a kick up the backside to go, right, it ain't going to happen. I ain't going to wake up in the morning with a CRM full of leads ready to go to. You got to go out and find it. And it's, trudging through the different sites to look at leads and try and pick and choose leads that you think are worthwhile going for, just going through the process. So, yeah, so since July, I've actually just had a design meeting this afternoon at 4:00, and they've confirmed from that before I've even done the last quote for them, but they want a date to start that. So since then, I've had 3 confirmed jobs. One value is just shy of 32 grand before VAT. The next one's 19 and a half plus the VAT. And then this one's just over the 10. It's a smaller kitchen, the next one. So yeah, just 10 grand plus the VAT. So profit margins
So,
from them average is about 35% margin on them. So I've got about after labour costs and everything between now and Christmas, I've got about 26 grand of profit in after I've paid myself a wage.
and that's basically since the July event, pulling
In
your
July,
finger
yeah.
out.
Since July, so I'll have a turnover of about 80 something grand in 3 months, and like, yeah, a good 25-ish grand profit after I've paid my wages. So yeah,
So just to summarise, you weren't going to come to the event. You
no,
came, you pulled your finger out, and since then you've pulled in about 80 grand's worth of work and 25 grand's worth of profit since the last event in July, and it's now, so that was 2 months ago.
yeah, in 8 weeks, yeah. And I had no leads coming in. I had no vision of where to get them. So yeah, it's literally been in 8 weeks I've managed to generate that. So yeah,
So it's nice for someone else to say that because I'm sick of saying it, and this is why I wanted to do these
yeah.
interviews, because I know a lot of you guys are out there having these experiences, and when it's me saying it all the time, it gets a bit monotonous. Everyone's like, "Oh fucking hell, here we go again." Do you know
Well,
what I
it can
mean?
come over as a sales patter, really, can't it? Like, I've got loads of people being successful, but like, unless you live in it and seeing it, it's totally different.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's mega. So in that then, you mentioned that I said to you at the event, if I put a gun to your head, how are you gonna make this work? So what would you say that the biggest shift in your mindset has been since joining, or really since July? Because really that's when you're properly engaged, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I actually signed up, I think it was last September, so probably a year ago. But yeah, realistically, I haven't I haven't done really anything. I got my website just before Christmas, but I haven't really done anything with it since then. So you just got to do it. You've just got to get
So
in.
what you're saying is you've been in it for 9 months roughly now, and it's only in the last 2 months that all this has happened.
Yeah, but it could have happened 6 months ago.
Yeah.
If like, and that's the thing. But you got to I've got to say you got to reach out. You got to use your WhatsApp groups. You've just got to do the 12 steps. There's no doubt about it. That like it's not that silver bullet. It's not that. You've got all the tools to go out and do it. And the thing is, I think the process is so good at the minute. I probably need to look at pricing really, because at the minute, since July, I've done four. I've been at sea to survey 4 kitchens, and I've won 75%. So, but I'm still making money. But so one of them I'm waiting to hear back on, which is the insurance job. She's waiting to get back from the insurance company. But I think the sales process makes you very successful if you follow it. If you do the Loom videos, if you do it right, and especially with the trade portal now, the way so once you've got your kitchen quote in and it's in your trade portal, you can go in there, finish off your quote, put everything in there, which is, when you first look at it, it's like, oh, it's a little bit complicated, but half an hour whizzing around the trade portal, doing yourself a quote, it's so easy. You can put that into your proposal software. It's just, it gets easy. And the more you do, the easier it gets. And the templates are there, and you can knock out a quote in sort of like 15 minutes. You know, 7 minutes of a video over the top, ping it out. And it's like, it's getting over yourself. You said another thing as well. You need to get over your ego on that meeting, in that session in July. You're like, there's an ego. It's like, and as soon as you get over that, and you just think, oh, you can do a Lean video. I don't care what I look like, as long as I sound semi-professional and I'm going through the quote, and like, it's just building up that rapport again with the customer. It's just, yeah, it makes a massive difference just to dive in and actually take it seriously.
Have you had some good feedback on your Looms and your proposal software?
Yeah,
Have your customers ever mentioned it?
yeah, people love it. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, and they go, when you've done the design meeting, they're like, am I going to get another Loom call? And you're like, yeah, I'll do a Loom video for you. Do you know what I mean? To explain everything. I think it's that kind of one-on-one service. They really sort of, they appreciate it. But I have one of my customers that I've got lined up. They're an elderly couple, both in their 80s. So it's been a little bit, the technology side has been a little bit more complicated. And she wanted to know who kept Messenger, because it's the CRM system. So I put her into like not in communication at the minute, just so she weren't getting bombarded with emails. And because she said it was taking her 20 minutes to find an email and stuff. So I think sometimes you have to kind of jig and use a CRM to your advantage. And, you know, if they're a bit bothered by having too many emails, just like drop them out for a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Give them a little bit of a
Yeah,
rest from
yeah.
that, and put them back in again when you need to. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference if you work in it. You've just got to work in on your business, not in it. You have got to take the time out. The 90 minutes are massively important, because they're when you can get through. I split mine up, so I'm doing a little bit in the academy. I'm checking like Check a Trade or Bark or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just looking for a few leads on there, because I want to get the reviews sort of building up. So then hopefully sort of you get a bit more generic input into your business from like the likes of Google and that sort of stuff. It's just, I'm definitely not the polished article. There's a lot of work to do and keeping up with social media and that sort of stuff, and making sure you getting your reviews in. You need to keep working at it.
Yeah, well, it's never ending. It's like we say, people always like I've had this off people in the past where they say, "Oh yeah, I've watched all the videos," and it's like, yeah, you're not quite getting it if you say that. If you even come out with that, you're not getting it, because it's a
Yeah,
constant sort of, this is your business Bible. That academy is your business Bible, and while your business is wanting to be alive and thrive, you've got to be in it, absorbing it.
yeah. And I think what I've been doing is, like I'll watch a video on the 12 steps, and it's always got the bullet points and the explanation below it. She'd do that, and I leave it on the screen. I just pin it on my laptop, and then I'm like, right, pen and paper, and I'm writing down what I want to action and how I'm going to do it, and that's what I'll do. So I'll do in my 90-minute sessions. I'll watch a video, and then I'll action what I want to do with that video. Do you know what I mean? And then if I haven't completed it, I'll just forward it to the next 90 minutes that I need to come back and sort that out. Make sure my social medias are linked together and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to be done overnight, is it? Rome won't be built in a day, but you just got to keep working at it. You just got to keep working on it and just keep going for it.
Yeah, and this sort of more recent success, then, what would you say that the impact it's had on you and the people around you? Because obviously it makes a big difference to family life, I assume, when you have a successful
Yeah,
or a more successful business
yeah,
footing. Like, what
yeah.
impact
And
does
then
that have in the house?
yeah, I mean, Joe's like, oh, look at you becoming a proper businessman. Because I'll finish a day's work and I'm on the laptop because we share an office. We built an office at home. Joe works from home occasionally, or probably like 3 days a week. So if Joe's working in the office, I'll just plonk up on the island on the end of the kitchen because it's only me, really just me and Joe in the house. So there's no distractions really. So I'll go and do my 90 minutes there if need be. But like tomorrow I've got a bit of time and Joe's working in the office. So I've got the office back tomorrow for a little bit to get working in. You also really do need somewhere to work. It makes a massive difference. Yeah, you can't be like 2 screens and everything set up. You just need it. It just makes life so much easier, and it puts you into a work mode as well. It's like I'm now concentrating. I'm not sat in the lounge with the TV or the dog sort of disturbing you. I'm in here. I'm doing my 90 minutes. Get it done. Get out. So it's just organising your time as well. But that seems to come up everything. I ain't got time, but I can't. You have to adjust your life about. If you want to be successful, you just have to jiggle about and make sure it works. So
Yeah.
up early in the morning. I train in the morning early, so I'm up, eat, train, and I do my 90 minutes in the afternoons when I get back in from work, or I do that 3 times a week. Then over the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I'll do 90 minutes as well, whatever it takes really. Yeah, 90 minutes is definitely, you don't want any longer because you just start fitting about and you wasted your time. You're not
Yeah.
really being efficient.
And 90 minutes is scientific as well. That's why, because you can only hold concentration for 90 minutes.
Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes if it's been like a bit, not a stressful day, but sometimes I'll just cut it at 60. If I feel like I'm not being any more productive, or I'm not really, like, I'll just cut it at 60 and like make sure that I'm catching up the next day.
You
You
know, it's
definitely need to get your sessions.
using the time intelligently, innit? Like, I always say, people say, "Oh, it's time management, it's time management." It's not time management, it's prioritization of time.
Definitely. And I just think it's what's going to be more effective and efficient for me to do at that time as well. Because like the 90 minutes isn't set in stone. So if I feel like spending the 90 minutes that day, if something's come up, I'll deal with that in the 90 minutes and like put back what I was planning to do that day. Do you know what I mean? You just prioritizing. So for me at the minute, it's like leads. I'm always like looking for leads, but I want them to be, I'm a bit picky, kind of got to read between the lines and find out where you are. So like today's one that I've just done a design meeting for, she started off as just a kitchen fit. She'd already signed up from Wren, apparently, or was going to sign up with Wren. So I've converted her from going with Wren to buying my kitchen and having my installation. So it gives you a little bit of a buzz as well when you've done that.
You think you'd be able to do that without being in the academy, though?
Oh, no, definitely not. No, because I wouldn't have had the 3, like, and this is the thing, right, as well with the academy. So you put your design through to the design team. 72 hours later, maximum, you got your design back, right? I'm not being funny. If you're at Howden's or Benchmark, you sometimes 10 days, 2 weeks to get a design back because they're working on, they've got one designer and 101 different people going in there. So you get that back. The 3D imaging and all that, I think are really good from the design team. I think the images are great. The 2D plan. So once you put that in with your Loom, into your better proposal or your proposal software, you can't do it without the academy. I don't think you can muck about. You can get somebody to build your website, but they're not your range of kitchens. What you're going to do? Put a Howden's range on there. You know what I mean? And you're just selling their kitchens again. And I think without that, I wouldn't. Without the setup, I don't think you can compete with the likes of Wren. I just don't think it's Wren ain't a kitchen company, but they have these like the what do they call it, the virtual reality like walk around your kitchen. You know, you can't compete with that fully, but this definitely gives you an opportunity to take some business from them, from the big boys, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, that's what we want. So, on that note, then, what would you say is what's the one thing that you've achieved since? Obviously, I know it's been a fairly short period of time,
Yeah.
but what have you achieved that you just didn't think was possible before? Is there anything that stands out where you're like, I didn't think that would happen?
Do you know what is? Do you know what is shocking? I'll be honest. Is the when you get your head round how to price up and how it should look, it looks very different to old models that I've had in my businesses before. So when you start seeing profits after you've paid yourself a wage, it's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, before pricing up was totally different. So I think that is enabled me to just make more money, be more confident, be more professional. Because I think the more you're adding value to a customer by having that website, having that sales process, having I think you're just adding value, which obviously over time probably increases. Do you know what I mean? When you got more of a reputation, more of a local business and everything. Because that was I did work. So KBE has been about like I was KBE installation, so we done kitchens and bathrooms. And like I said earlier, I kind of hook up with a lad and we worked together. But my business was quite flying before then. I had a great social media following, but when we worked with him, the work kind of changed the direction of what I was doing. So my business slipped. I literally, when I come back to the academy, really, I had my building side, but I had nothing to do with the kitchens or the bathrooms, really. And when you've dropped out of it for like 3, 4 years, all your like all your people that followed you on Facebook and that, they're following the next pair of people that have been doing it properly and
Yeah.
uploading regularly like I used to. So yeah, being in the academy, it gives you all the tools and the reminders how to do it properly. And I didn't know how to do it properly before. Do you know what I mean? It's eye opening. It's eye opening. And like I say, it's still quite early doors for me. There's still so much to get implemented and do. So, but it's like being busy and under pressure. It's not bad all the time, is it? It makes you
No.
work a bit harder.
No, and if you're making money, then, you make more money, get more. Life just gets better when you use that money properly and you're investing it into your business, you're investing it into yourself. The customers can feel your confidence. The guys that work with you can feel that you're relaxed and you're confident, and that propagates into other things. It makes the business move as well.
Yeah. I definitely say to people as well, if they're thinking about doing it or going to get into it, as soon as you've got a little bit of money behind you, get yourself some samples, get yourself some sample bags and worktop samples, get your brochures. It's massive. Get your handle selections as well. When you can go round, and what I've learned to do now is like, don't give the customers too much option as well when you go and see them sometime. There's 3 or 4 handles going in the box as well. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not going to give them 50 handles to have a little pick through and have a little look. But yeah, you just kind of, the more you get in front of customers, the easier it gets to sort of think, right, how can I make this a bit easier for myself as well? So I'm not answering like 15 design changes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, right, I'm going to get it nailed on this design meeting.
Stick to the
Done.
process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't let them like, oh, can I have no, no, no. You pick that kind of thing. Yeah, you got to be firm with them. Yeah, obviously, it's their kitchen and they want what they want, but you've still got to not be changing things. And I've even like won't let them WhatsApp me now. Everything's via email. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't WhatsApp me. Contact me through the CRM or my direct email to KBE Kitchen. So there's always that line of like records kept, because WhatsApp's just not really overly professional to deal with customers. Things can get missed as well. They can send you 101 different messages and they're like, oh yeah, I really wanted that doing or this doing. And if you miss it, it's a bit of a nightmare. So it's just, yeah, keeping on top of things, really controlling everything
Professional.
properly. Yeah. Yeah, keeping it professional and above the board and that. So
So what's the plan then for you now? Where is it going in the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months? What do you see ahead now? What's your plan and vision?
my plan and vision, so I turned 50 in 18 months' time, and I really don't want to be on the tools full time for then. So it'd be really nice to be able to grow the business. So I'm at a capacity between now and Christmas, but I've got stuff to go and look at as well. So I've got to make a decision whether I'm gonna let them customers know that I'm going to do it in January if I win the work, obviously, or whether I start looking for the new year. Do I need somebody sort of like ad hoc, part time, sort of subcontracting? So if I'm busy, I can put one out to them, kitchen fit or whatever. So yeah, it's just really trying to grow the business, keep momentum, and just make the bones, the foundation for me to get off the tools as soon as possible. So I look at it and I used to always think, how can I possibly come off the tools? I can't make money. But when you price up jobs right and you think, well, yeah, I can do one or two at the minute, depending on the size of the job per month. If I can subby one out and still earn my profit off that after I've paid them and the way I've looked at it is like, I can afford to pay somebody to install a kitchen or a bathroom decent ways, the way it's priced up. So I hope, like, finding the right person, you can pay them a decent wage to keep them and still make good money on it when you haven't laid a finger on the job right, apart from getting the work, winning the work with the customers. Yeah, it's I'm excited to see how quickly I can get off the tools, really.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it as well, mate. Because I think, like I say, if you're moving very quickly and like, you are becoming that business owner, and I think that's what you have to be. And I love how you've just nailed everything in such a short period of time, and now it's just about maintaining it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I nailed everything. It's like sometimes bits in the CRM, I've clicked the wrong bit and all my pipelines disappeared. It's like, so it's you've definitely got to keep you. I would say anybody starting, once they get the CRM, use it, get in there, just keep on top of it. But you've got to keep revisiting things. There's still things that I need to do through the 12 steps as well. I haven't finished it, so there's still. But I will say joining Academy Plus definitely takes a little bit of that. It takes some of it off you as
Yeah, it
well.
does.
So like, and I'm like, so we've just outsourced. We've obviously got an accountant, but we just outsourced bookkeeping as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, for what it's going to cost me a month, it's just like I'd rather do that. It gets me. It's another 90-minute session or two 90-minute sessions a month I can add in without having to worry about bookkeeping or anything like that. So,
Yeah,
yeah, you just got to pick and choose.
yeah,
If you know, the more I can earn through the business, the more you can outsource. It gives you more time to work in your business again. I've soon realised this is like, even because I've been quite busy in a short space of time, and it's when you're dealing with customers and doing surveys and then you're doing amendments once you've done a design meeting, it takes a bit of time when you first go in. So it's like, if I got busy and I'm sort of seeing 2 customers a week for surveys, you're soon in a position where you haven't got a lot of time to actually physically do the work. You've got to try and get people around you. I can see that pretty quick that you need to get the steps in motion to try and get people around you fairly soon if things pick up.
if there was someone that's still taking the kitchens to the trade counter, Howardens or whoever it is, and someone who's still doing labour only work, and they're looking at this right now going, what should I do? What would you say to them about joining the academy?
Just do it. If you can't, like, finances is for everything. You don't know how other people's finances are, but I would say if you've got 6 months worth of the academy in a bank, right, which isn't a lot of money at the end of the day, it's not a lot of money, just go for it. Take the plunge, get all the information over so you can get your website back to you as soon as possible, and just go for it. Just do your 12 steps, just go for it. It will repay itself in a quick amount of time. And there's no need, like when I took the Academy Plus on, I was like, I had no leads, I had no work booked in, and I thought, why not just spend another 175 quid, make the payment nearly 500 quid a month. But as soon as you get in it, you think it's really a drop in the ocean for what, you know what I mean, for what you can potentially earn. At the end of the year, the Academy Plus has cost me £6,000. I'm going to claim the VAT back on it anyway. It's like, it's a no-brainer. Like once you get into it, but it's getting over that first initial hurdle and thinking, is it going to work? But don't expect it to work without putting any input in. You
And
got
I
to work.
think some people only see cost and don't understand value.
Yeah, but I think the value is incredible. I think. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not just your website. It's not just the academy. It's not just the coaching. It's the WhatsApp groups you can rely on. It's the business coaching. It's everything apart. Like, you're being taught how to become a business. It's like, where can you go for that? A decent website, you know, I've had quotes before I joined the academy. I had quotes for websites, and it's like 4 or 5 grand. And then, like, you've got to host it, you've got to do your own SEO work. And you're like, well, I'm a kitchen fitter. I don't work on SEO. So it's like, you've either got to learn that or outsource it, which is another cost. So but the Academy Plus, for me, it's such good value for money.
Mm,
It really is. What you get out of it when you add all the services you're getting and the support, it's just massively great value for money.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's been an interesting journey so far, mate. And I'm pretty sure your 18-month deadline to get off the tools is going to be met, because I can't see it not happening at this rate, to be fair.
I'm just like, shit, I've got motivation, but there's dedication. You just got to be dedicated to it. You just got to go through the 12 steps. Get the 90 minutes is but I didn't see at the beginning. I was probably like a little bit negative because you kind of stuck in your own ways. So you have got to embrace the academy. That's one thing without a doubt. You've got to embrace it. Get rid of all your old thoughts and what you're going to do, and try and I laugh, right? My missus called Jo, right? She Joifies stuff. Like, when she's cooking or anything, she's like, I've cooked this. I was meant to add this, but I've added something different. I'm like, oh, you Joified it. Don't do that to the academy. Get in it and follow the steps. Just literally do what it says on the tin. Just follow the steps and do it. And like, if it's not working, you're doing something wrong. You're not working hard enough. You're not following the process. You're missing something if it's not working.
Yeah. And usually it's that people, because it is easy to come off course, but then sometimes people don't reach out and don't ask for that help, you know.
I want to be honest, right? This is honestly, when you first join and you do like your lives on a Wednesday night, you're quite frank and to the point, aren't you, Aaron? You don't mess about. You're to the point. And I think at the beginning I was probably like, don't know, should I ask something? Because it sounds stupid. It's probably somewhere. And at first I thought, if I ask, they're just going to go, just have a look in the academy. It's in there. But once you get over that, and it's just you're so enthusiastic for people to be successful that it's not. It's just like you can see it's frustration. It's just like, just do it. Let's just follow the steps and it will work. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think it's just, you've got to reach out. If you're gonna join the academy, just reach out. Prepared to be told that might be a stupid question, but it's just there's no stupid questions. You got to ask it. If you don't know it, you got to ask it, haven't you? And if you can't find the information that you're looking for straight away, just reach out.
And just for anyone that does watch this in the future, I am actually quite approachable when it comes to.
No, you are. I'm actually saying that, but I think it's like at first, because you're a bit nervous. You think I probably think you should know a little bit more than you should, but in the same respect, you're not joining an academy. If you're the polished rounded businessman, you're not doing it here. You know,
you wouldn't be, would you? That's the thing, like, you know.
So that's the difference. But yeah, you definitely just got to reach out and get that support that's there and available.
No, well, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine, mate. Like I say, it is a really interesting journey. I think loads of people are going to enjoy watching this and listening to what you've said, because it's like, I think what you've done is you've just got everything and put it together very quickly. All right, there's still things to do, but you've just got the disciplines in very early. You know, even though in 9 months you've still done, I know you've done it in the last 2, but you're still further on than what people get to in 9 months. Do you get what I'm saying? Because people, they don't stop. I think they join and they think, oh, it's going to be the silver bullet, but they don't do what you're doing, and that's the thing. Like, and then they don't get the results that you're getting, and this is where my frustrations come from with people. Where I go, fucking get on one, because I'll
be honest. I had a phone call with Lee, probably May, June time, and I was like, I don't think it's going to work for me, Lee. I don't think it's the right thing for me. And he was like, he gave my head a little bit of a wobble, and I was like, right, okay. And then it was, for me, the definite turning point was Alive. And I would say anybody, like, if you haven't done one, get to one. Because if you're doing bits and bobs now, then you'll certainly pick up bits that you're not doing, or you're like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? And it's scribble. And the thing is, I've only implemented a few different things, really. Like a few things out of the academy so far. There's, like I say, it's still not polished. There's bits I've got to work on. But if you start clicking them into place, it's like, wow, it's like this can happen quick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's my frustration as well because when people don't try or they don't do it or whatever, I just know what they're missing out on.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I don't have many regrets in life. I just wish I'd tried harder from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? I just think, where could I have been if I really ploughed like this in beginning of the year? Where would I have been? I suppose it's not working at your own pace, but you when that light switch turns on and you get that sort of, right, okay, I know what I've got to do. Yeah, you got all the tools there to crack on and make it work, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%. And the support, the community. It's not just one thing, is it? It's like wherever you go, whatever support you need, there's something for everyone, isn't there?
Definitely. And I think it was that live event as well. It was being in the room with, like, not that I know him, but like that you see, like, I think it was Enzo, and there was a, like, I called it the head table at the front there. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I need to get there. I need to be one of them that's there and is actually making sales and running a business, rather than like sit at the back with like no idea what I was doing. Yeah, it's getting around people like that. It just gives you that little bit of you're like, I'm not stupid, so if they can do it, there must be ability for me to get on and crack on and have a little go. So yeah, definitely, it's good to be around people that are successful, I think.
Yeah, well, who you hang around with matters a lot. And I think that, the other thing that we've not really fully got into yet, but there's a big community part of the academy that I think will emerge over the next few years, where I think the community itself will start to become its own ecosystem away from me and Lee and, my team and all the
Yeah,
rest of it. Because I think you've got a lot of support and friends that are yet to be realized in that network.
definitely. Because I had a quick 2-minute chat with Enzo, and I just said to him, if you were starting, where would you start to get leads? And he just said, "Oh, try Bart, try this, try that." And so he was just helpful. So it's like, even glimmering little bits of information from people that have done it and started, and you're well behind them. It just gives you just gives you motivation to actually think, right, I just got to do it. That's all you got to do. You have just got to do it. You can't sit there. It's not going to happen for you. It's not going to happen. It's easy. There's nothing difficult. It might be confusing at times, or it seemed confusing, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not difficult.
Yeah, it's like people say you want to get out what you put in, but I think with this, there's an element of you get out more. I think of what you put in.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I'm just excited for the future. Do you know what I mean? It's an exciting time. I do follow the economy. They reckon it might be a bit of a tough start to the beginning of next year, but you just got to roll with it, haven't you? And just go, and I think then it's probably even more important, because if the more professional you look, the better your website, the more likely you are to win that work that's out there. So,
Yeah,
again,
100%.
I think
If
you
you
should
get on
win.
the doom and gloom, you're fucked.
Yeah, 100%. You just got to go, right. I know I'm sticking to my game plan. I'm sticking to the sales process. I'm just going to stick to what works, and we'll just go with it.
Well, good luck with it. All the best. I think that you're doing great, and you can always reach out to us if you need anything else. But do you have anything else to add in?
No, I don't think so.
No.
No, just get on
Brilliant.
it. If anybody's thinking about it, you don't have to think too hard. Honestly, it's not too much to think about. Definitely. I know it's not a sales spiel anyway. It's just, yeah, you just don't think too hard, because you can think yourself out of something as well, can't you? Quite easy.
Yeah. If you can talk yourself out of anything,
Yeah.
and you can talk yourself out of anything,
What if? What if? You know what I mean? What if? But it's like, when you realise that one supply and fit, if you priced it right, is pretty much going to cover your academy membership for a year from one supply and fit. You profit off that after you've paid yourself a wage. You're going to get, like, if you can aim for that 5 grand-ish profit at the end of it, then one job is covered your cost for the year on your academy. Everything else, like, you can make it. It's that first one under your belt. You're flying, aren't you? You just got that
Do you think
momentum to
there's
go.
another opportunity like that out there?
If there is, I've not seen it. And I think what's really weird is that I've come across it on a Facebook post. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, have a little look. chat with Lee. So yeah, I can't think of anything out there with the earning potential for such little investment. Can't think of anything. Honestly, you know, I'm not one for investing in Bitcoin or anything like that. It's beyond my sort of capability. But yeah, I don't see where you're going to get anything like this, an opportunity for such little input, like such little. It's not like you're not buying a franchise somewhere. You're not having to lay out 15, 20, 30, 50 grand to get a franchise, to get you're creating your own brand. It's like, what's better than that, than being your own entity?
Then
I can't see anything better than that. Do you know what I mean? Try and grow something. It's like, it's tangible. Like now, I think, well, in a few years' time, I could have my daughter, my kids can come in and run the business if they wanted to. You could. It's one of them businesses where you could show somebody how to do it, and you could leave it to, like, they know the process. Somebody else could run your business for you. I mean,
yeah.
you could hand it down. It's a tangible business.
It's an interesting point, isn't it? Because obviously all the stuff that's in the academy could be there for whoever takes the business over.
Yeah, yeah. If you, and that's what I mean. Like, if you're still in the academy, you can put your kids through it if it's something that you want to do and they want a tangible business that you've created. Obviously, you're going to take your percentage out of it until the day you go. But like, yeah, definitely, it's something that you could. It's potential there to sort of have family, get to a position where your missus don't have to work. I mean, how nice would that be? If your missus doesn't have to, she can choose not to go full time out to work as well. I mean, that's great.
Yeah. We have had a few people do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Joe would pack up full time, but if the option, it'd be great to have the option there. At the
Yeah.
minute, the option's not there, but it would be lovely in the future for that to be the genuine option.
No,
Definitely.
smashing. I'm really happy for you, mate. Like you say, just got to keep going now, haven't we? Keep cracking on, keep going. Don't overthink it. Just get on with it.
Yeah. Joe was like, "What are you can do now with if you're filled up for Christmas?" I said, "Keep appointments coming in, hopefully, and keep selling." So, yeah, I'd rather be too busy than looking for work in January.
Well, the thing is, when you get to that point, that's when it's time to grow.
Yeah,
That's when you take that next step in the recruitment and the organization and the systemizing your business and the processes and stuff like that.
yeah.
And getting into the Academy Plus stuff as well. There's the project management tools.
I would say to people as well, get VAT registered as soon as possible.
Yeah, because people seem to put that off, and it's an interesting point because a guy on, I get some fucking idiots on social media messaging me quite a lot, as you can imagine, but who just don't get it. People who just fucking
Yeah,
leave stupid comments on stuff, and you're just like, fucking hell. But this one guy said on one of my posts, he said, yeah, I just basically what he was getting at was, well, if I sell my own product, I'd go over the VAT threshold. So I was like, well, no ambition lives under the VAT threshold, mate.
and to be honest, if you're not VAT registered, you're actually making yourself really probably you're not that much more expensive by being VAT registered. You're not. I'm looking at there's a local builders merchants local to me, don't sell kitchens, and they've said that I can put some brochures in there. Do you know what I mean? You just got to being VAT registered. You just got to do it. Just jump on it straight away because it won't take long for you to go past that. And there's benefits for it in there. So
Yeah, and it makes you look less professional to the customer if you're not VAT registered. So
yeah, of course it does. But I think, like, coming into the academy, if you've just been doing labour only work, it's probably something that you're like, oh, it's a bit of a. But find an accountant. I think it cost me 150 quid a quarter for the VAT bill, for the accountant to sort out the VAT return and everything. He did all my accountant does all my monthly running of the business anyway, and then he does all my personal tax return for dividends and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just outsource what you can. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I'd say. But as soon as you're in a position, just outsource it. You said about setting up for success now. Do you know what I mean? For next year's already got a few things in motion there. Looking at advertising, but not obviously not paid advertising, but like some of the more affluent areas around here. Look, they do like these little magazine type things. Going to try it to see what it is. It's only a couple of £100 outlay, so it's just worthwhile seeing. Because that's another thing I'll say that I haven't, even like on the likes of Bark or Checker Trade, you have to obviously pay for some of the leads. I've paid no more than 150 quid to earn what I've done. So you don't have to spend fortunes. Because I will say, if you start the academy and you've got a name out there, you will get bombarded by all these lead generation companies going, "Oh, we can guarantee you this, that, and the other, and it's only
No.
1,500 quid a month."
Don't get me
Just you,
started on them.
at all costs, just let it grow generically because it works. Like you don't need to be massively busy. You don't need
No,
loads of leads. You just need quality leads.
you do. And when you get them, to be able to convert them.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's no point having a quality lead if you're not going to provide a quality sort of sales process or fill the customer with confidence. Because at the end of the day, we haven't got a showroom. We're not a Wren. So without that, you've got to be better than them. You've got to be better prepared to go into the customer and be confident about what you're doing. Because you can't just selling out of a catalogue, a website. So the website is massively important to keep them going back and looking at ranges or whatever. So it's massive. But without that, you can't convert leads. So yeah, just get in the academy.
Yeah,
Simple.
basically. But what's interesting in the academy as well is not one person that we're aware of has started yet running paid ads.
Yeah, I don't, I don't see it. Like there's certain things you've said that in the academy, like maybe do it to get more likes or so you can grow your local area for if people more like people are liking your page generically. Then from there you can build. But yeah, I just don't think there's just moving forward at the minute that I can't see any need. There might be a need if you get to a certain level of staff or that you possibly might need to do that, but I can't see in the near future why I'd need to. Definitely not. Yeah. And the thought of paying like thousands of pounds a month on paid advertising, yeah, just seems a waste of money to be honest.
I've said that.
Yeah.
Said
I
that.
don't need it. You just need to be just now what you need to do, the basics, just now it, the sales process. And learn the products as well. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing. Get your catalogue, learn what you've got inside the catalogue. Do you know what I mean? And then probably like me, if somebody wants say shaker style kitchen, it's like my go-to is right Reaver. Do you know what I mean? You kind of get push what you know or what you like as well. So yeah, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
keep things simple.